Hello and welcome our listeners and viewers. This is Eastern Media and the program is Focus. I'm Debretsion Gebremichael, and in this program we'll provide you with information regarding the phone briefing on the current update of the situation in Tigray by President-elect of the Tigray Regional State, Dr. Debretsion Gebremichael. We got this telephone conversation or telephone briefing from Debretsion DW International Media. While thanking DW International, we invite you to stay tuned and get the full gist of the message. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe our channel. Most call him Debris. Others, mostly Tigrayans, address him as my president. And at times, very few call him Putin, to make a synonym with President of Russia, Vladimir Putin. That was because of his firmness, dedication, and stamina in his leadership. His official name is indeed Dr. Debretsion Gebremichael, President-elect of the Tigray Regional State. It has been almost 3 months since the war in Tigray has been erupted. The fighting between the TPLF and the federal government began on the 4th of November 2020, and too many incidents have been unfolding since then. While the Ethiopian government alleged TPLF to have been attacked, the Northern Command based and headquarters of the Ethiopian National Defense Force (ENDF) in Tigray region, TPLF contends to the contrary. The federal authority has described the operation as police action and as a complete mission after declaring the federal forces' capture of the Tigrayan capital Mekelle on the 28th of November 2020. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed declared the Tigray operation as over. However, we have also heard that the TPLF stated in late November that it would continue fighting until the invaders, quote-unquote, invaders, are out. Following the capture and killings of key and veteran TPLF figures, most thought that the operation is over and TPLF has gone once and for all. Though there were some given scenarios related with the internet and communication breakdown, the fact that the TPLF leaders did not say anything about those captures, killings of their leaders and the progress on the war put many into concern, especially Tigrayans and their allies. In about 3 months' time, the leader of TPLF and the president-elect of the Tigray Regional State, Dr. Debretsion, appeared on telephone. It was a relief for most Tigrayans and the supporters of the struggle, and in this program we'll try to highlight the main points that Dr. Debretsion Gebremichael has touched upon during the telephone message. Dr. Debretsion started his message with a warmest greeting and a humble respect to the people of Tigray at home and overseas. The people of Tigray, under the leadership of TPLF, has been defending its rights and territorial integrity against the invasion and an act of genocide. Fellow Tigrayans, the rights of self-administration and rule was realized through the fierce and consistent struggle against any invading forces in the past. And now there is a new approach of invasion to avert the rights you realized through an alliance for internal and external forces. There was indeed a disproportionate between our force and these invading forces. We have been facing the invading forces with a limited number of forces. One subdivision of the force has been facing and struggling the whole division of a force or a battalion. so to say. So far, fruitful results and victories have been achieved. We registered fruitful results and in a way destroyed the power of our enemy and resulted in the loss of human power and material resources. The approach of the invading forces has changed into brutal act on the people of Tigray. However, they have failed to understand that it is hard to win the hearts and minds of the people of Tigray. Our resource is not material, but rather the ideology and mindset of each and every Tigrayan that is firm and persistent. This cannot be taken by any invading force whatsoever. The people of Tigray do not believe in the looting and destruction of the resources of others, but through hard work and dedication. This was witnessed over the decades. And now the sufferings and the brutal acts of invaders will never move us back. To let us down, to let Tigrayans down is a daydream. The loss of our veterans and the continuous martyrdom who happened to lead the struggle for over 4 decades will not avert our struggle but rather give us more energy and commitment to our struggle forward. We consider them as lucky comrades as they lost their life while struggling for the rights of their people. We are also humbled to see this, and we consider this as a blessing in disguise. Dear people of Tigray, the fascist aggressor of Abiy, along with the Eritrean brutal military forces, have waged a genocide on you. These allied forces marched to the region to do all the material destruction, massacres of people, and demolition of unique historical places dating back thousands of years. Many places of Tigray have been bombarded and destroyed. Your resources and wealth are being looted and destroyed. Your sons and daughters are being brutally abducted, killed, and alienated of all their rights. I accordingly call upon you to struggle against this brutal act once and for all. I call each and every part of the society, farmers, youth, and women among others. We know you have been suffering, but you are suffering for a good cause. You are suffering for your right. You have been struggling with the main motto, our armaments from our enemies and logistics from our people. And you start to observe the fruits of your sacrifices. All your relentless efforts and acts have a special place in our incumbent struggle. Our people have been displaced. Our youth were being killed and massacred in daylight. Our sisters and mothers have been brutally raped and massacred. We have witnessed that daughters and a mother have been equally raped and in daylight. Our children are now forced to stay at home instead of going to schools. It is giving us more strength and resilience instead of backing us. Against all these odds and the brutality of the invading forces, your response to each and every act of these forces is beyond comprehension and making us so proud. The fact that you are firm in your belief, realizing your fundamental rights and not surrendering for any forces whatsoever is also making us honored and strong. I call you once again to consolidate your efforts and fight against these forces until victory is fully realized and declared. Our enemies have been and still doing all what they can to let us down and prevent us from exercising our fundamental rights. but you are still fiercely struggling to avert these acts. I call upon you once more to continue your struggle in one way or the other under any circumstances. I especially call the youth to join the armed struggle and contribute your share in shortening the lives of the invading forces. We are also observing that millions are in hunger, in dire need of food and other needs. Too much atrocities, civilian casualties, and destruction of many resources have already been observed and reported in leaps and bounds in the region. Mass extrajudicial killings of civilians, material destructions, massacres of people and demolitions of unique historical places have been observed and taken place. The icons of the region and the country were destructed. All these and many more crimes and genocidal acts were done because of our request to exercise our fundamental human rights, for we conducted a democratic election. I, on behalf of the Tigray regional state, call upon you, especially the diaspora community, to do your level best to bring Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afwerki, to bring them into International Criminal Court of Justice for all the atrocities and genocidal acts against our people. As historical accounts express, our people prevailed against the struggles in the past, not because of the artilleries they had, but because of their ideologies and the firm stand they had and the truthful acts marching on common grounds, on the rights of exercising fundamental rights and the self-rules and administrations. Right now, our enemies have realized our power, have started to revitalize their power and starting to fully march on our region. However, we will not surrender at all. We rather repeat history. We will kick out our enemies from our region once and for all. We want our enemies to leave our land. This is our land. We are not going anywhere. They are the ones who invade us, and we want them to leave. We will continue our struggle until we become fully victorious. Tigray will prevail and get victorious. We continue the struggle for our self-administration. Honor and grace to our fallen martyr comrades. Thank you. Well, with that, we come to the end of our program for today. This has been Shimelis at Eastern Media, and our program was focused. Until we meet with yet another program next time, thank you and have a good one.